What up? This is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment. What's up? I'm about to head out to the world premiere of Rampage movie starring Dwayne Johnson. So thank you WB for that invite. But before I head out, I just want to share with you my quick review of The Miracle Season, one of the new movies that opens this weekend. And I don't want to do this, by edits or jump cuts. I just want to give it out to you guys straightforward because I don't want to spend too much time on it. Um, it's basically a faith-based film, and when it comes to faith-based films, I don't want to be mean about it. As you know, there is a certain quality that's that these faith-based films often share, and so don't expect Scorsese or Spielberg or even Patty Jenkins type, cinematic kind of filmmaking when it comes to these stories. But I want to say that the Miracle Season does its job. That's all I'm gonna say without being too mean. Um, it knows its target audience, right? The Christian base, and it knows how to get there, and it knows how to speak to them, and if it reaches that conclusion, then that's a job well done. So the movie essentially is based on the true story of this high school high school girls volleyball team in Iowa. Um, and they were struck with a tragedy. The tragedy is that their team leader, Caroline Found, died in a freak moped accident, if I'm not mistaken. So the rest of the film, it shows them the first half, or I want to say the first quarter. I guess they spend time with Caroline Found, played by Danika Yarosh, and then the tragedy happens, and then the rest of the film is about them trying to figure out, can we come back together as a team after this devastation? How do we rise above this? I'm like, how do we move forward? I mean, with this sadness and grieving and mourning looming over us. So that, them dealing with that, them dealing with or tackling that dilemma is or struggling through it is basically the rest of this film. And the team ends up winning the state championship, I think, on the same year that the tragedy happened. So that's why it's called the Miracle Season. It's pretty impressive. So that's basically the premise, the plot synopsis. Starring two Oscar winners, Helen Hunt and William Hurt. William Hurt is one of my favorite actors of all time, and Helen Hunt. I'm so glad to see her back on the big screen. She hasn't been uh, she hasn't been around a while, right? I don't know what's the last movie that she did, but it's good to have her back. Sorry, I just had lunch. Fantastic performances, I think, on the part of the actresses that play the girls' volleyball team, including Erin Moriarty, who plays Kelly, the new team leader, and also Danika Yarosh, the actress who plays the late great Caroline Found. By the way, I've interviewed Danika Yarosh a couple of years ago for a separate movie called Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. Do you remember that one? So make sure you go watch my video interview with Danika Yarosh, um, right here, right here on this YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank there, and I'll provide the link to the video in the description box below. So yeah, I think they're fantastic. The girls who play the volleyball team members, they really show, their sadness and their grieving and their devastation. They're like, because they lost the person that they look up to, so they become rudderless. They're like, how, when you lost somebody that you really idolize, and then you the sadness or that loss is just like, oh man, what now? How can I move forward without him or her around? So Erin Moriarty, and all these talented actresses, it really shows how this impacts them, the loss of Caroline Found. By the way, um, if you're asking me, hey Rama, how's the sports aspect? Is this a worth watching sports movie? I would say that this is not Hoosiers, all right. This is not Remember the Titans, okay. Um, but it's sort of like Rudy, it's sort of that level. Um, in that, yes, it has its inspiring, heartfelt moments. But remember, this is a faith-based film again. So it's crying, 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 God, God, God. Crying, 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 God, God, God. That's basically the formula that they have here for the entirety of this movie. So make sure you are aware of that when you're coming into the theater to screen this film. This is also a tearjerker. All right, the characters cry a lot every other 10 minutes or so, and so this is one of those movies where you go to see it to get a good cry. Okay, so make sure you have your Kleenex tissues nearby to reach for them. And if you are one of those target audiences that want to watch this movie to get a good cry, then you're it. Um, in addition to the Christian-based audiences. Um, Production quality, again, I don't want to be too mean. Just like any other faith-based film, this looks and feels like something that should be on Hallmark Channel or Lifetime Channel. But that is to be expected, right? So as I said earlier, don't expect anything Spielberg cinematic kind of extravaganza. But in the end, again, this is a faith-based film that does what it's supposed to do, that does its job. That's it. I'm going to leave it at that. So that's my review of The Miracle Season. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, share this video with all your friends on the YouTube verse and subscribe to my channel. And yes, please, if you can help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. $1 or $2 per month can go a long way. So make sure if you like my videos, if you like this channel, go sign up today at patreon.com/ramascreen and become my patrons. Let's rock this.